Everyone is already waiting inside.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's...
Please. Wait a moment. Before attending the meeting, I hope you...
What do you need?
Promise me that you won't commit to anything too reckless.
What do you think?
Okay.
Everyone's here so early!
We already discussed things a bit.
Hey, where have you been? I've missed—
Are you ready? Very well.
Are you sure this is gonna work?
I gotta admit, it's bold. Color me impressed.
It's worth a try. The point of discussion is to arrive at a solution. Let's cut the small talk and move to the next point.
You're making Paimon nervous.
You're finally done.
I have some other stuff to take care of. Catch you all later. Come on, don't give me that face.
That's what I wanted to hear. Take care. Well, Traveler, Paimon, judging from your expressions, the meeting must have been quite...
You can tell?
I'm not that good at scheming or strategy, but I can sense people's emotions.
Paimon's a little worried. Hopefully nothing will go wrong.
To be honest, I feel the same. But you're already some of the most capable people I know, so you have my trust.
Candace gave us a cup.
Your deeds speak for themselves.
Candace, we stayed behind to tell you that, although you won't be coming with us, we'll be sure to remember your words.
I'm very glad to hear that. I've said the same thing to everyone here today as I said to you when you arrived. Only when you're safe can the plan be successful. So please, you're welcome. Good luck.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I'll hate them!
Have you finished saying your goodbyes?
Yeah! Also,
Yes, she did. But I think my point also bears repeating. Our plan is not child's play. We won't be able to achieve anything if we're simply careful. We must go beyond that, and I hope this is clear to you.
Huh? Shouldn't you be saying something more cheerful?
Didn't we already do that during the meeting?
You can never have enough words of encouragement.
In that case, Candace can cuddle you to your heart's content while I continue to remind you of the seriousness of our situation. We all have our jobs to do, after all. It's like how some... Of course. Compared to the mercenaries, I'm merely... But the advantage of not being a mercenary is that I get to stay in a safer place and offer my strategic... Just think about that mercenary who lost his mind. Mercenary groups are facing constant danger every single day.
Well, being a scholar is also a high-risk occupation, and you...
I'm not like the rest of them. Even among members of the...
This guy. Paimon still remembers when those mercenaries in Port Ormos called you a...
All intellectuals are lunatics in the eye. Do you remember the record we saw in the King Deshret ruins? It mentioned... You have a good memory. Forbidden knowledge has the power to drive people insane, but this fact has never been shared with the public. Even I, who has worked in the academia for some time, was never once informed of this. I think those mad scholars and mercenaries we encountered may have all fallen victim to the... But the academia has always held... Come to think of it, perhaps the academia has also never understood the true nature of the withering. Elazar.
But Paimon thought that Irminsul's at least, That's what Tainari told. Wait a second.
Ah, you've connected the dots. The cause of Irminsul's...
But if that's the case, what should we do?
Wait. Why do you think Lesser Lord Kusanali would have a solution to this situation?
You mean it's related to the scene you saw when you passed out in the Avidia forest? That whole...
In that case, it's imperative that we rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali. Only by working with her to save Irminsul can we completely resolve to make sure we're still on track. I would like to check on the state of some of our prep...
Where are we going?
to an Eremite base. Oh, you made it.
Huh? What are they doing?
I gave them some technical...
Ah, it's the scribe. And is that the traveler I see?
How's the work going?
Ah, yes! We have fixed the devices according to your instructions. One of them is already ready for use, while the others are still under repair.
Aren't those devices for can knowledge extraction?
Look here.
Huh? More can knowledge? Are you going to put more?
What's that look on your face?
Paimon's a little scared, but...
That's an interest. Anyway, we're not going to... As I mentioned during the meeting, this knowledge capsule contains a traveler. I want you to record something. Do you believe we can save Lesser Lord Kusanali? Good. Conviction is the most now. Please get...
You want us to record our conviction into the knowledge?
Yes,
Paimon is...
I understand. But trust me, Paimon, this is something we have to do. Because, to achieve this impossible task, it sounds like you'll need to fool your own heart first. Although it may feel like...
Paimon can see the point you're trying to make.
Imagine this. We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued everything went without a hitch. And everyone recognizes and praises our... Now, open your eyes. Here.
What's this?
Read it out loud. It's done.
Is your head okay? Does anything hurt?
It's just a recording. There should be...
But what was the point of doing this?
And that's perfectly fine. In any case, these
Huh? What?
Have you forgotten? Our plan needs to account... You may find it hard to believe, but for those... Imagine if you've been using a device like the Akasha since the day you were born. After all that time. A slave to orders. And that's why rules are so... In addition, those who... You could say that those kinds...
Things you're interested in are really out there.
Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. I'm going to take those two to work on some small projects. You can head to Caravan Rebot and start preparing for the next step.
Small project?
We're going to tinker with the Akasha terminal and make a few... modifications.
Clear skies can do nothing.
I thought we agreed on a plan.
The plan is too radical and carries a high risk for casualties. I've given it a lot of thought. And in the end, I still can't...
But it's still the best plan we have. Is a former Matra...
I did. And that's how I saw the danger behind these so-called advantages. Hitham's plan is even more radical than I imagined.
Huh? Why are you guys arguing?
My friend, you're just in time. Why don't you help me?
We agreed to work out a plan at the meeting. As mercenaries, You're familiar with the local environment, so you'll take care of the Had I known Al-Haytham would give you those kinds of suggestions,
Look, you already know that we're all on the same side here.
mercenaries place a lot of importance on their bonds of friendship, but also will not hesitate to make sacrifices if they deem the situation to be sufficiently dire.
Seems you really do understand the ways of...
Traveler, Paimon. Rahman's plan is to have me work with the Caravan Reebok guards in my capacity as a Matra. We will arrest the mercenaries and escort them into Sumeru City.
Wait, how can we work?
We can't get through that wall easily, remember? Caravan Rebot would never let so many unregistered members of the Eremites. My plan will clear us of any possible suspicion, and also let us...
That also sounds like something Al-Haytham told you.
Doesn't Al-Haytham know how dangerous this plan?
Of course he does. He told me there is no perfect plan, but this. He also said that with the help of Sino and the Traveler, our chance of success would increase. I never blindly trust anyone, and I've always had a good eye.
If I make the arrests alone, I can control myself and prevent you from getting hurt. To make the whole thing more convincing, you'll need to resist to some degree. I'm okay with the deaths of enemies. But now that we're allies, I'm a...
I can't believe a Matra would actually care about us. I've lived a hard life, and I can say...
I've always treated my allies with honesty and respect.
Now you're making this hard for me.
Hey, is there something we can do to help?
I knew you would say that.
We can help fight some of the mercenaries, which should reduce the number of times you'll have to struggle directly with the guards. That should help at least a little bit.
Sino, on behalf of my people, I thank you for your kindness. But this is a mission we cannot turn our backs on. We strongly value the lives of our friends, but the goal we are about to achieve, we have no fear of casualties, because we crave the spoils of victory. So please, lend it.
Well, now that you've put it that, but remember, you need to follow the plan and not do anything reckless. Candace made it very clear that we can only achieve our... Since you and I both recognize the significance of this operation, there should be no...
Okay, you have a deal.
The guards should be stationed in the courtyard nearby. You can find them there. Guards!
General Mahamatra! To what do we owe the honor?
Keep your voice down. This is a secret operation. I'm going to arrest a large criminal gang near this location. According to the Academia's Guide and Regulations on Secret Operations, I have...
Ah, of course, of course. Mahamatra Sino's order is the Academia's order. But who exactly are you planning to arrest, and how many people are you expecting? Depending on the scale of this operation...
They're a squad of Eremites whose number is comparable to Ain el Akmar in Port Ormos. They're involved in the theft...
As many as Ain al Akmar? This should definitely be...
Then I suggest that you report this to your superiors as soon as possible. And treat it as a top priority desert operation.
Got it! Please wait a moment, I'll contact them immediately.
Because this is work. Because I trust you.
Paimon can't believe you're still in the mood to chat. This whole thing has Paimon scared stiff. Aren't you even a little worried? What if these guards already know that you have been... Even if that guard doesn't know, they're superior...
We discussed this, remember?
The Caravan Reebok operation is of great importance. But don't worry. The guards there shouldn't know that Sino has stepped down.
How can you be so sure?
First, the other Matras still don't know why Sino has left, which proves that the Academia has been covering...
Second, this is a crucial moment for the Academia's God creation plan. If something were to happen to the General Mahamatra, no matter how you look at it, they don't seem interested in sharing the news.
A reasonable inference.
Which brings us to our next issue. I'm sure some of you have been wondering if the prediction function of the Akasha will affect our operation.
The Akasha is still in operation, so I must remain on high alert. Actually, considering the power of the Akasha, it's quite strange that it hasn't already tried to interfere with my actions.
I've given that a lot of thought. For now, I don't think you'll need to worry. If you remember, when you first came to Aru Village, all your actions and routes were predicted by the Akasha. It even gave that but things like that never happened again after we met up with the Traveler.
That's true. But why?
Look at it from a different angle. Why do you think the Akasha will predict?
Because my personal data has been entered into the Akasha.
That's true, but the key to this question is, how well can the Akasha make predictions about a person? Haven't you ever thought about it? Just how can it do this in the first place?
Because the Akasha controls the entirety of...
The Academia firmly believes that all human actions can be explained through logic.
By sorting and analyzing entered data, the Akasha can derive behavioral logic and predict the actions of those who fit in existing... However, at the risk of sounding like an advocate for fallacies, can everyone truly be considered... Emotions are part of our behavioral logic. But can you guarantee that every experience of the same joy or pain would be equally intense? How can our feelings and opinions be predictable Sino, in the past, you've always worked alone. In the absence of another person who could sway you or your thoughts, the Akasha could produce decisive and principled. You were used to solving problems alone. That's why the Akasha could figure you out. But now, you've joined a team. And I believe the Akasha hasn't... Our thoughts and logic have intermingled and weaved themselves together to become a complicated, chaotic mess. Any one of us could potentially disagree with another. The Akasha lacks data on these interactions, and it's impossible for it to predict your actions in the future based on your decisions in the past. After all, there's probably a limit to just how much we can be modeled or controlled by data. So, in my opinion, you're probably safe.
Makes sense to me. I agree. The Akasha is not alive, and I don't think we can be completely controlled by something without a mind of its...
I guess there are things that even the Akasha cannot calculate, and people will not be forever trapped by... Next time, pay attention.
Will do.
Just remember to stay vigilant.
Footsteps!
General Mahamatra, we were not expecting your presence here. I'm the security officer of the Grand Deshret Desert District.
This is my assistant, the Traveler. He will be working with me. The construct next to him is for his work.
Beep! Construct, beep!
What a great honor to meet you. Your golden hair is as bright as the sun.
Have you made a decision regarding the matter I mentioned to you?
It seems to be a dire situation, so of course you will have our full cooperation. To be perfectly honest, I've always longed to go on a mission.
There's no need for flattery.
Yes.
Take your most elite platoon and follow me to the eastern side of the district. We will carry out...
Understood.
Map.
Hurry, bring the map!
In 2 days, we will engage Rahman's Eremites and capture... Any questions about the time?
None at all, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Maybe hanging around the General Mahamatra isn't so bad after all. Everyone's so respectful towards us.
This is all due to the absolute authority of the Academia. And now, get ready.